We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll drop the throw. That's complete to John Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Ross, complete. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
Dumping this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had. Three first downs and 3 points. On first down, Perry. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry for Dial Pumphrey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
Off play action. Perry. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking up 5.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run with Pumphrey. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Off the play fake. Perry. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
From the gun on 3rd down. Perry. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock the receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it second and goal. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The drive will commence with a run by Nixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 78 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Off play action. Perry. And he finds Howard complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
gonna need some therapy after this.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Trump.
Off the play fake. Perry. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56. Mike.
From the gun, Perry. He locates Walker, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up. They'll run for it with Pumphrey. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On first and 10 is Counter, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
50. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Second and 6 at their 49-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell good with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
50. Come on, boys. 56. Check, 56. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Ball carrier. Carl Lawson is tackled. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
56. Watch the screen. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. All day, baby, all day. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Leo. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
To throw on 2nd down. Perry. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what they're offering.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Check 13. Check 8. Echo. Check 24. Check 24.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to find Green. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy.
Check 61. Match box now.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. No, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And an alley to run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. Here's Kent. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Mixon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Big Ed, Big Ed, Big Ed. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
To throw from his end zone. Carry. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 71 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
This is Johnson. He's got it. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Off play action. Perry. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
We got 4. We got 4. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Let's go. Come on. Check 99. Check 99. Yeah, Jim. I got you.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Come on. You better bring it. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Go.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Joe Mixon. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction, because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
All day, every day, any day.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
18 Gator.
Big stop, let's go.
Now.
On first down, Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bengals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're going to fall to 3-1.